All right, week 4 of the EvolveAI training. This is a max effort week. And although I put some max effort into my max effort sets, I put hardly any effort into anything else. And it is the week after Christmas, and I am dealing with a Christmas hangover. Not meaning from alcohol or anything like that, but just I do not have work this week. My wife does not have work. My kids do not have school. So we just did a lot of family stuff, and that's something that's super important to me, which means training takes a back seat. However, I still wanted to make sure that I did some stuff, but I didn't want to regret looking back and say, hey, I could have done 8 more sets of 10 on bench versus go and spend time with my family. So that is what I did. So what you're seeing here is day 1 was max effort on safety bar squats, a set of 10 at RPE 10, 430. This kicked my ass. This rep bar is much more difficult than the Kabuki Transformer, which I feel like cheat with a little bit more. So to bang this out for a set of 10 was great, although it did wreck me quite a bit. And for my back offs, I severely backed off and really went lower than what the program suggested, which is why it only gave me 1 follow-up set after that. I think initially I had in like another 4 or 5 sets. From there, 3 count pause bench. And again, I'm just showing you kind of the main work from this week. 8 sets of 8. All with right around 215 for the sets that I did. And again, I cut a lot of stuff. So I know a lot of people with these programs say, hey, there's a lot of volume. I can't make it through. You will make it through and live to lift another day. So in some circumstances, when your schedule does not allow you to do everything that's in the program, my take on it now as an elder statesman of the lifting game is you do what you can when you can, and when you can't, it doesn't really matter that much. Again, lifting for me is fun, and I'm not going to kill myself and spend 3 hours in the gym just so I can go to a local meet here in Rhode Island or Massachusetts and come home with probably a $10 medal or something like that. So it's not that serious to me, and the more that I've accepted that as I've gotten older and as I've trained longer, the better my training has actually gone. Training is fun for me. It's not something I want to stress about, and putting that kind of stress on myself is no good. And if I'm worried about missing training or missing exercises, reps, whatever, I'm going to have a bad time. Now, speaking of good time, my max effort set from day 3 paused below the unconventional deadlift set of 6 RPE 10 with 485 pounds. Those are 55-pound plates. I think these went really good. I felt really, really strong here, which is great because my deadlifts have been something that have been kind of slacking a little bit for the past couple of years. I also went, no high socks, short shorts, get those dad bod quads popping. Felt really, really good. And all this week too, I'm wearing those Tolo shoes that I posted about on Instagram. My plan is next day or 2 to film just a quick overview of Tolos versus Vivo Barefoot. I've seen a lot of people ask questions about that. What they haven't asked a question about is some of my rep work for bench. So here is a benchmark set. One of the things that I want to touch upon next week, which is a deload week for me, is this training app and its benchmark sets, because generally I've really enjoyed it. Speaking of really enjoyed it, here's my son joining me for a set of tempo squats and counting my reps and all this. I posted a pretty funny video of this on Instagram, so if you want to hear what he's saying, go over to Instagram and give it a look. But with the benchmark sets, I've been liking how they've been going so far because you can really kind of pick and choose, these top sets that you're going to be doing. The problem is it kind of threw a little bit of a wrench into the system when it came to the last day, day 4, because initially it had me do my benchmark set, and then it had me, or wanted me to do 11 sets of 10. So I talked to Garrett about it, and I'm at the upper end of MEV and MRV when it comes to volume for bench. So what I did is I actually turned benchmarks off, which then gave me my RPE 10 set. So I went for 265 for a set of 10. Now, normally how I've been approaching bench work here is trying to pause the first and last rep for every set. However, for this was something I don't think I've ever done 265 for a set of 10 before. I was just really trying to control the weight. So the first rep, I didn't pause. By the time I got to the 10th rep, I was gassed. So this was a true RPE 10 for me. However, I wanted to say that I tried to pause, but again, going back and watching these video footage, there was like a slight pause, but we banged out that 10th rep. So very happy with that, and very happy with the program overall. And again, I'll give you updates kind of every 5th week or so when I'm in my deload. Here's just some RDLs. I've been doing trap bar deadlifts, but I really didn't feel like setting it up because again, I was just trying to get through this week. And overall, I think I did a good job considering I didn't do much of the volume. It was quite a voluminous week, if you will, but the max efforts all went well. I'm happy with the numbers and where I'm at, and I'm looking forward to the deload and getting into a strength block and never seeing this hypertrophy block for the rest of this training cycle. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section below. In the meantime, as always, stay big and have a great new year, everybody.